Hello, and welcome to the next series, the next workshop of becoming your own dream woman. And I am here with you on Instagram, with you on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me for this beautiful morning, for talking all about becoming your own dream woman. Yesterday, we talked all about cleansing and detoxing. We had to cleanse and detox from what was part one of what we are no longer available for. I brought to you my own journey of really what my dating life and confidence and career looked like when I did not feel that I was my dream woman, that I did not feel radiant or confident or sexy. And as I mentioned, I would be triggered by other beautiful, happy women because I was not allowing myself to receive that and really create that. And it really was a process of creation. And that's exactly what today's lesson is going to be all about creating and designing this experience. I invite you to look back at my old YouTube videos. I did not look radiant at all. I'm going to post some photos actually of myself as well. And it was very far from that. I was constantly bloated and adjusting my shirt. And I wore clothes that didn't make me feel very good, but I didn't fit into anything else. Self-care was, I knew it was important, but it just wasn't, I didn't have time for it. I just didn't want to make the effort. There's just other stuff going on in my mind that I needed to clear and cleanse and detox. Okay, so if you haven't watched the other two videos after this live stream, this will only be about 10 or 15 minutes max. I invite you to watch that. It's really, really important to look at what you are no longer available for and how to cleanse and detox. Now, we're going to talk about designing this experience. And the first mindset piece that's important, that's vital, is to know that you are a creator, that you are the main character, but also the producer and the director of your life. Hi, Kelly, welcome. This mindset is critical because if we take the power into ourselves, then we become responsible. And this is a key aspect of this, is knowing that we're responsible for the good and the bad. And I know for me, I would get so triggered if you told me that years ago. I'm like, no way. There's not a chance. Hi. And when we actually take 100% responsibility of those results, whether it's finances, I'm trying to think of my Portuguese. Bom dia, Kelly. Hola. Sorry, horrible accent. Anyways, I knew that through my language, one of the biggest ways that we start to become the creator and designer of our life is through our language. What do I mean by that? When I say I should go to the gym, or I should be this way, or I shouldn't be this way, or I will try to go to the gym, or I will, thank you, Kelly. Or when we see words like try or should, or I have to, it completely takes the power out of our own hands. Versus I will, or I won't go to the gym. I won't do this. I don't have to be this way, or I will be this way. So we take responsibility back. So first and foremost, in order to create and design this dream woman that you desire to be, it requires responsibility. So sexy, I know, right? And so with this, that comes conscious language. It's a whole other conversation we could go into. And with that, once you have this mindset of, hey, I can design my life, I am a master artist and creator, that's when we can get into this exercise. So I'm going to be reading through my notes here because I want to ask you some questions to think about. And these questions have changed my own life. Okay. So after watching this, I invite you to watch this again and actually answer these questions on paper, not on the computer, because writing causes thinking. You're using more of your muscles and connecting more neural pathways in the brain when you write instead of type. So I want you to get into a relaxed state and have a pen and paper handy, and maybe you have, your cup of coffee or some wine or water, whatever it is. And I want you to start to answer these questions. Okay. So first and foremost, how do you want to feel as a woman? Do you want to feel sexy? Do you want to feel confident? Do you want to feel grounded and secure? We must begin to ask these questions, because when you think of the word sexy or sensual or brave, you start to feel there's a shift in how you feel, right? So I want you to really get clear, and then your actions start to surround yourself with, well, does this make me feel confident? Does this dress, does this necklace, does this make me feel confident, sexy, or no? Okay, so simple there. And then I want you to ask yourself, so you're creating yourself by design. You're creating your dream woman. I have literally done this exercise so many times. I do it constantly and I review it constantly. So I write on top of a piece of paper, my dream woman, me, okay? And then I start to think about, what are some hobbies and skills that this dream woman have? Is she a wine connoisseur? Does she have a skill of tennis? Does she know how to really bake some incredible treats? Is she the kind of woman who has a beautiful kitchen and she's, waking up and has this beautiful breakfast laid out? Or does she speak another language? All of these things for myself, I speak 4 languages, and this is by design, right? The fact that I dance is by design. These are all things that I specifically wanted to have and cultivate. Then, what kinds of self-care habits do you have? When you get your period, what do you do for yourself? Maybe you change all the sheets red and all the towels red and you lay in a robe. Maybe you already have planned out these beautiful meals that you're eating throughout this week, right? What self-care rituals do you have? How do you adorn yourself, right? Is that earrings? Is that coloring your hair? Maybe it's platinum blonde. Maybe you decide that you are going to be the fittest, sexiest version of yourself, right? What does that look like? And then I want you to look at, what is your style essence? How do you dress yourself? Are you more sporty? Are you more sensual? Do you want to have more of a dark feminine or the light feminine? Right? And so actually Kibbe Body Test is a beautiful, it's KIBBE body type. And then you actually go through what are your proportions and what are the clothes that look best on you. And there's like all these archetypes and ingenue, the ethereal, all of these. And it's beautiful. Ladies, if you haven't checked it out, it's so helpful. And then you look into the light and dark feminine, right? And how to tap into both. The dark feminine is a bit more seductive and mysterious. And then the other side, the light feminine, is more open and kind and warm, and you need both. How do you cultivate both energies, right? What is your dream appearance? Do you have piercings or no tattoos, no piercings? Is your hair dark black or is it platinum blonde or natural? Right? And so start to look at how do you take care of your appearance in that way, the next level. And this is not, now let me just actually back up. I used to think that caring about how I looked and really focusing on that was so superficial. Like I grew up as like the big tomboy. I hated pink. I did not wear any makeup. I was that girl. And I thought that caring about how you look is selfish and superficial. I never want to be that way. Well, you can have both. You can have smarts and be intelligent and worldly, and you can be stunningly beautiful. And so, like what I start to do for myself is look at eyebrows. Like, why do some women have like the best eyebrows? There's things like tinting or microblading or plucking or literally doing nothing if that's the aesthetic. Look, I started even in 2020, I started to look at how do I put on makeup, right? So I want you to start to look at how do we elevate? How do you elevate? Even myself right now, obviously I have curly hair. It takes, this is day 3 and I actually finally found a good curly hairstylist. So that's my next level up. Okay. So little things like that is who can you be inspired by in their dress and their appearance? And what is your dream appearance? I want you to write this down. Then, actually, about appearance, something fascinating in psychology is called enclothed cognition. And that is how you dress is how you feel. So, especially if you work from home, I know for me, I worked at home. I still work at home for almost 10 years now. And at first, I would just wear pajamas. I wouldn't get dressed. And I just felt like being cozy all day when I was getting work done. And now I always get ready. I put on makeup. I mean, I still wear my yoga pants, but other than that, I'm ready. So how you dress is how you feel. So think about that next time. Next is and I have other questions I could ask, but I want you to think about what's her favorite movie? What's her favorite drink? When she goes out to a restaurant, what does she order? Is it a mocktail? Is it an old fashioned? Is it knowing about different wines? Right? What kinds of places does she go to? Does she know all the plays in town and the museums? Or does she know all the movies? I want you to start to think about these questions and look at who are the people that you admire, whether it's in film or in real life or someone that you've seen online. What are some of those characteristics that you would like to embody? Okay, and start to add that into your life, create it. And the next step here is to start to find visuals, examples to really embody this. So if you're looking at, and I'm just looking down because I want to make sure I get my notes. So if you want to have a more luxe experience, maybe you start to have a cocktail or a tea in a luxe hotel lobby where you live, right? Maybe you start to have I know this is my favorite. This is when you start to upgrade some of the items in your home, right? So maybe it's a scent as a sensual dream woman. Maybe you have these luxe scents in your home. Maybe you have a mug that's been chipped or underwear like we talked about yesterday or bras that are frumpy and you start to upgrade those. So I want you to start to elevate your environment and gain inspiration. Maybe you make a mood board or a vision board. Maybe you start to put yourself in these environments that make you feel incredible and really think about what would that dream version of myself do? Where would she be? Where would she hang out? Online, right? Through emails, through social media? Does she check the news? Or is she where does she hang out? So you might need to do some shifting here. Okay. Hi, Kara. All right. So that is what I wanted to share with you today, is really designing and curating this dream experience, this dream woman that you are. It does take these 3 steps that we've talked about so far of, hi, Ofer, welcome, of really designing first and foremost, what are we no longer available for? That is day 1. Looking at day 2 of cleansing and detoxing. Day 3 today is about designing and creating. And tomorrow, let me show you that. Tomorrow is all about increasing your value, okay? And day 5 is acting as if. Okay, so tomorrow I'll be on at 12 p.m. Mountain. On Monday, I'll be here at 12 p.m. Mountain as well. I want to thank you for joining me today. It has been an absolute pleasure. I recommend that you rewatch this and answer those questions. I'll have more questions to answer in the description. And if this kind of content interests you, then November 26th in Calgary, either in person or online, I'm hosting the Radiant Woman Workshop. And that's really looking at what are the foods, the herbs, the supplements, the energies, the masculine and feminine energy that we have within. How do we tap into that to become more magnetic and radiant? I am so excited to see you there. Aw, thank you. Beautiful. The real nurse Desi, thank you. I'm so grateful for all of you. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Mwah. Bye.